Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Today we are from Group 1 EH2204A would like to present about palm oil production in our company. So, Lata Seram Berhad is a company that involved in palm oil production industry in Malaysia. The main product of our company is crude palm oil (CPO) and the other one is kernel palm oil (PKO). Our product was usually being supplied for food industry, pharmaceutical industry, and the other one is soap production industry. Palm oil production was chosen among two other proposals, which is the first one is petroleum refinery and the other one was propane production. From our research and observations, raw palm oil material has a huge demand in Malaysian market. It has a lot of variety of users. Malaysia is one of the most richest palm oil resources in the world. According to MPOC, Malaysian Palm Oil Council, Malaysia currently accounts for 28% of the world palm oil productions and 33% of world exports. Plus, Malaysian government has given a lot of incentive for palm oil farmer in order to increase their plantation of palm oil fruit in Malaysia. The location of our company was located at Teluk Panglima Garang due to it as the highest score among the other selection during the scoring method selection. Okay, so for the location selection, during the location selection, a few aspects have been carefully measured in order to choose the best location for the company. The first aspect is raw market availability. The second aspect is market. The third aspect is energy availability. The fourth market is climate condition, and the fifth market is transportation facilities. Okay, so for the location selection, we have been proposed three different locations within the peninsula of Malaysia. The first one is Teluk Panglima Garang at Selangor, Gebeng Pahang, and the third one is Pengerang Johor Bahru. Okay, so the first aspect, raw market availability. Teluk Panglima Garang is close with the palm oil plantation in Selangor. The nearby locations such as Kelang and Selangor has a huge number of palm oil plantation. For the market target, the huge market from inside and outside the country were rising year by year. So, palm oil production has evolved for not only cooking oil production. And the third one is energy availability. From the palm oil production, we can generate our own electrical energy from biomass waste, which we get from the extraction of the palm oil. Thus, the cost of electricity can also be reduced. The fourth one is climate condition. The climate condition in the location is suitable for the industry to be set up and plantation in order to produce high quality palm oil fruits. And lastly is transportation facilities. The location of Teluk Panglima Garang, which located near to main highway, and Port Klang will ease the transportation of product outside and within the country itself. Port Klang is one of the main terminal ports in Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Ali Imran. I will explain about the process background of the production of palm oil. There will be several steps in producing crude palm oil and also kernel palm oil. Number one is bunch reception. In bunch reception, palm fruit itself will be purchased and received from the other plantation. Next is the bunch sterilization. In bunch sterilization, it will be using a steam or high temperature of wet heat, and it's causing the fruit itself to weaken and help to release the oil. And during this sterilization process, it will kill the bacteria from the fresh fruit bunch and also destroy oil splitting enzyme. After the sterilization process, the fruits will be containing only water, oil, and palm fiber kernel. Next process is the pulp pressing. At the pulp pressing process, the fruit is pressed in a high pressure to squeeze out the oil and water, and causing the production of oil-water mixture. Next is the oil clarification. In oil clarification, it will be using a phase separation where to separate water from the oil, and causing the only remaining is the crude palm oil. And the next is CPO is stored and can be ready to be delivered to the consumer. For the palm kernel oil, after the palm pressing, it will be undergo a nut recovery, proceed with the nut drying, nut cracking, and after that, the kernel separation and palm kernel oil will be produced and is stored for the delivery to the consumer. In project management, project manager and project engineer will be at the high or top ranking in the organizational chart. Project manager is the leader of the project, so it is possible for the project manager to ensure that the project is complete within its time. And also, project manager must plan and direct all design engineer, drafter, and technical engineer working on specific project. Next, in head of department. In head of department, team leader will be in charge, and team leader must manage and lead the team of the employees, and team leader must ensure that overall day-to-day operation runs smoothly. Next, team leader must keep the upper management updated on the team performance. There will be several departments in the palm oil production. Number one is the technical department, construction department, finance department, quality control, human resource, and safety department. For the technical department, there will be three jobs, which is process engineer, mechanical engineer, and also electrical engineer. For the job description for the process engineer, process engineer must responsible in develop and design the industrial process, and process engineer must supervise the plant operation. Next is the mechanical engineer. Mechanical engineer must assessing the project requirement and also measure the performance of the device. For the construction department, civil engineer must provide a technical advice on the plant design, and site technician must assist a site engineer for the maintenance work. In finance, there will be head of departments of finance and also accountant. For head of departments, the job must to assist the project in term of budgeting. So all the related to the budget will be handled in will be handled by the head of departments. And also, head of department must update the company budget from time to time. And the accountant is responsible in accounting and analyzing cost revenue. Human resource department, HR officer will be in charge or lead the department, and HR officer must maintain and enhance the organization human resource. And the other job is to plan and implement or evaluating the employees' relation regarding the human resource policy. For the safety department, health, safety, and environment engineer, or we can call as HSE, is responsible on safety of the employees or the worker. And next is in charge in emergency of the operation. For the quality assurance and control department, there will be quality assurance engineer and also quality control engineer. For quality assurance engineer, the job is to review, troubleshoot, and resolve the problem, and also to investigate the product quality so that the product is meet the standard quality. And for the quality control engineer, the job is to oversee and continuous improvement of the project. This is the work breakdown structure for the new chemical plant for the production of palm oil. It will consist of project management, assessment, construction, operation, and marketing. Next is the work breakdown structure specific for the production of the palm oil, followed by the mind map of the chemical plant itself, and also the mind map for the production of palm oil.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Upanul Hakim and I'm presenting our project schedule. Okay, so a project schedule indicates what needs to be done, which resource must be utilized, when its project is due. So in short, it's a timetable that outlines start and end dates and milestones that must be met for the project to be completed on time. Okay, the project schedule is often used in conjunction with the work breakdown structure, which is WBS, as a way to evenly distribute work among team members. The project schedule should be updated on a regular basis in order to gain a better understanding of the project's current status. Okay, by knowing how much time a team has to complete a project, Thus, it makes it easier for the project manager to allocate tasks and get things done to his or her team. Okay, therefore, project manager rely on these project schedules for them to set time frame parameters for their projects. So in the project schedule, we can identify which project that needs to be done first or finished first, or which project can be delayed. So in the project duration, we have construct a table that identify duration of each project. So the activity for project management requires 12 months of work. Procurement requires 13 months. Construction requires 10 months, and operation project requires only 1 month. Moving on is the critical path analysis (CPA), which is a technique in project management that requires planning every key task that is necessary to complete a project. It is used to identify the amount of time necessary to finish each activity and the dependency of each activity on any others. Okay. So in this table, we can see that there are terms like ES, which means earliest start time, which indicates the earliest time that an activity can start, assuming that all the predecessor has been completed. Next, we have EF, which means earliest finish time, meaning that the earliest time the activity can finish. LS, latest start time, and LF, latest finish time. And moving on to the AOA and AON. AOA, which means activity on arrows, which the arrow means the activity that is to be done, and AON, which means activity on nodes, which means the activity is on the circle, the nodes. Okay, so based on the AOA and AON, we can conclude that the critical paths are through A, C, E, F, G, K, L, and the critical time provided is 27 months. Moving on to the next one is a Gantt chart. Okay, Gantt chart is a bar chart that illustrates project schedule. Okay, as you can see in the Gantt chart, the green color represent critical path, the blue one represent non-critical path, and the red one represents slacks. Okay, the activities on the critical path, which is on the green color, cannot be delayed, because if it is delayed, the entire project will be delayed too. Okay, so activities that not on the critical path, which is on the blue color, can be delayed, but within a limit of time, depending on the slack of load. Slack of load there was are in the red color.
Hi, my name is Tar Ishraf Lukman, and I will present to you the project budgeting. The budgeting on salary allocation for employees are as follows. For the management department, the salary allocation for each position is as follows, and the highest salary is towards the project manager at 8,500 ringgit per month. Whereas for the construction department, the highest salary allocation is for the civil site engineer, which is about 4,000 ringgit per month. The quality, safety, and technical department's salary allocation is as follows, where the highest salary allocation for quality is for quality assurance engineer and quality control engineer, both at 7,000 ringgit per month. Whereas at the safety department, the HSE manager has the highest salary allocation at 8,000 ringgit per month. Whereas the technical department, the process engineer has the highest salary allocation at 4,000 ringgits per month. For the production, utility, and warehouse department, the salary allocation is shown, and as the highest salary allocation for the production department is for the manager at 7,000 ringgits per month. For the utility department, the utilities manager at only 3,500 ringgits per month, where at the warehouse department, the warehouse manager has the highest salary allocation at 7,000 ringgits per month. Thus, the total budget for employee salary for all departments are estimated to be 225,800 ringgits per month. For the total budget for employee salary per year is 2,709,600 ringgits. The budget for the cost of equipment purchase is as follows. The estimated cost for equipment required to run our facility is shown here. Note that the cost of equipment is based on Alibaba.com. For the other expenditure costs, the expenditure costs for raw materials, for the purchase of land, for the construction of the facility, the transportation, utilities, and labors for the construction of the facility, whereas the maintenance, license, and insurance are shown here. With the cost estimates, the overall cost estimates, the capital cost for the construction of the facility is around 247,600 ringgits. Whereas the operation cost is around 244,306 ringgits. And for the yearly operation cost, it's around 25,000 ringgits for maintenance and license only. For the net profit value, we calculated that the NPV will reach a positive value at the earliest 9th year with a hurdle rate of 15%. Thus, that is all for budgeting. Thank you.
Okay, next one is the project termination. The completion of the project is the final stage of the project management and will take place after the implementation phases have been completed. Okay, this palm oil project can be terminated only and if only the acceptance tests are carried out and the product, which is the palm oil, CPO and KPO, is delivered to the customer. The project manager should also ensure that all the bills were paid and that the final invoice was issued for the work performed. Furthermore, a final project status report is prepared that contains a summary of changes to the project scope and shows how the actual completion dates for project milestones and accrued costs compared with the final project schedule and budget version. This is to assess how well the team was going and to learn lessons for the future project. Other than that, if the project is successfully completed, there will be some celebration. But even if the project has not been successful, it is important to thank the project team members for their efforts and hard work in completing the project. This project can be terminated successfully after the following factors is satisfied. Firstly, the objectives of the project are achieved to the full satisfaction of the users. Secondly, all the designated interests officially accept the project result and accept the closeout. And thirdly, all closeout activities have been completed. With that, the project can successfully be terminated.